Hi, my name's Stephanie. Welcome to my channel. Come book shopping with me as I road trip around Tasmania. If you don't know, this is the little state that looks like an island at the bottom of Australia. This place is so incredibly beautiful and underrated. I took my Kindle on this trip and I started Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, which is fitting because I did take this trip in the summertime. I was able to do a little reading on the plane and I really got sucked into this story. The plane trip is only an hour long, so we landed in Launceston in no time. On the way to Hobart, we made a pit stop at this cute little place, Cullington Mill Distillery in Oaklands, close to the centre of Tasmania. It was built in 1837 and was a flour mill at the time, but also an illegal distillery. We had a little tasting and toured the historical site. Then we reached Hobart and I pretty much beelined to the closest bookstore, and this was Fuller's Bookshop. From the outside, this place looks huge, which made me even more excited to look inside. The vibe inside is so nice, and the more time you spend there, the more you realise this place is really curated by people who love books and bookish things. Their fiction section was great with lots of interesting reads and titles to browse, but I was really drawn to their non-fiction sections. It's not usually my go-to area to browse, but the way they categorise things really drew me in. They even had a plant magic section which was so cute, and I couldn't get over this sardine tin candle. They also had a cute little cafe that was hidden tucked around the back. Once I'd finished being consumed by the book sections, I had a look at the other items they had for sale. They're so beautiful, I literally wanted to buy everything. They had bookends, candles, so many notepads, joke books, homewares like coasters and salt and pepper shakers. The notepads I can't talk about enough, they were so beautiful, I literally wanted to buy them all. I have no clue what I would use them for because I already have so many, but yeah, I was obsessed. The only thing that stopped me from getting some items was the fact that I'll have to keep my suitcase weight low when we fly back to Melbourne. I felt that, of course, I had to support this beautiful bookstore, so I did get some books that I'd had my eye on for a long while, so I felt like it wasn't an impulsive purchase. We went on to have some drinks at this gorgeous garden bar and explored the cute little restaurants that are located down pretty much every alleyway here. Our accommodation had this beautiful pool and view of the water. After the pool, I had a little bit of time, so I went back to Fuller Bookstore because it was just around the corner, I had to. And I bought some more books. Couldn't help myself. Then we went on and explored Bruny Island. We visited the Neck and Truganini Lookout, which is an amazing view of the bay on one side and open ocean on the other. Then we went south to Cape Bruny Lighthouse. Here, when you look directly out to the sea, it's just the South Pacific Ocean and then Antarctica on the other side. The ocean just looks so vast and deep and foreboding. The way the water has formed, it looks like you would just be dragged out into open ocean. And to me, that's so special. It's the most southern I've ever been in the world. I couldn't stop looking. It's just incredible. When we were leaving, we saw this cute little echidna who was so friendly. We stopped at the Raspberry Farm and then Adventure Bay for a little swim. We then headed back as the last ferry on the island leaves at 7 p.m. and we needed to catch it, otherwise we would be stuck here for the night. That night was a stay at the cutest Airbnb cottage that I've ever visited. This Airbnb had the most breathtaking view during sunrise. One thing that I reflect on while travelling is that it can be so extremely inspiring for writing. Visiting unique places such as these gives me so many ideas for stories and makes me so excited to create. For breakfast, we had the fresh homemade bread that they had baked and left for us in the Airbnb. It was Valentine's Day, so I dressed up for the occasion because themes are fun. My boyfriend had organised this day as a surprise, so I wasn't exactly sure where we were heading. We arrived at the Hastings Caves and thermal springs. I love these kinds of natural wonders. They're just so beautiful. The formations coming down from the ceilings are stalactites and are mineral deposits from the drops of water that have dripped down from the cracks in the caves over thousands of years. The formations on the ground are called stalagmites and are formed from the drips coming down from the stalactites above them and dropping down to the ground. It takes around 1,000 years for only 10 centimeters of these to form. We had to be extremely careful not to touch anything because the oils from our skin act as a seal and the formations stop growing. Mona was the next stop, which is the Museum of Old and New Art back in Hobart. I'll admit that art museums are not usually my first pick of somewhere to go, but once I was there, it was a really interesting experience. This place is huge and they had so many different types of art, the main type being immersive art, which took up whole entire rooms. We stayed the night at Waterloo Hotel in Swansea and I woke up with another gorgeous view of the place we stayed at. Along the way to our next destination, we stopped to find breakfast and coffee. I insisted that we stop because I saw this really cute little free library and I had to have a look. Down the road across from this beautiful view, we spotted the coffee sign and went to investigate. Turns out it was this cutest shop. It's called Bare Bones and they're an art gallery, emporium and coffee shop all rolled into one. Plus, they sell a lovely selection of books. Here, an elderly woman approached me, gesturing to my tattoos, and I thought, wow, this is going to be the first time a stranger has told me off about my tattoos. But actually, she was so lovely and told me they looked amazing and I shouldn't wear sleeves so that the tattoo isn't hidden. It was so cute and such a heartwarming interaction. I wanted to buy everything in this store, but again, my baggage weight wouldn't allow it. But it was so nice to window shop. Then we made our way to Wineglass Bay and brought a park entry pass to get in, which if you don't know is quite common in many countries. It's a pass that you can buy and it goes towards the conservation of the land. We hiked to the top of Wineglass Bay Lookout and it was such a breathtaking view. We could feel the rains were coming, so we hiked down, and luckily we did because it started pouring the minute before we got into the car. We decided to shift gears and then got some more Tassie oysters and stopped by Devil's Corner Winery and did a cheeky little wine and chocolate tasting. We then made our way back to Launceston for our flight in the early morning. We arrived at the airport and we were greeted by this beautiful soft sunrise. We had some spare time waiting for the flight, so I checked out the airport bookshop and they had quite a nice selection. There were a few titles that I was drawn to and I want to check out at a later date. On this trip, I ended up getting a total of 4 books. They were 7 Days in June by Tia Williams, Open Water by Caleb Azuma Nelson. These are both fiction books that I've had my eye on for quite a while. And then I also got Drop Bear by Evelyn Arulin. This I've also had my eye on for a long time. And then I also got this book that's about certain positions that you could do that correlate to your birthday. It was like on sale as a joke. So yeah, that's what I got on this trip. If you've read any of these, please let me know because I'd love to know your opinion on them. If you'd like to see more from me, please follow my Instagram and also subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.